The Council of the Galactic Federation stood in stunned silence. The briefing officer had just finished explaining their latest intelligence report, and the news was troubling to say the least. Humanity, the fledgling species from the death world called Earth, was spreading across the stars faster than anticipated. They were a curious mix of ingenuity and recklessness, with a tendency to thrive in hostile environments. But what bothered the Council most wasn't their expansion. It was something far more confusing. Humans were terrified of war. Their fear, General Varak, the imposing commander of the Regari forces, said with a sneer, makes them weak. They cower at the thought of conflict. A species like this cannot pose any real threat. The other members of the council nodded in agreement, but a veteran advisor, a gray-scaled Vorshian elder, raised his voice. General, he began, his voice a rasp, you misunderstand. Fear does not weaken humans. It strengthens them. The room fell silent again, this time with confusion. It was not long after the council meeting that the Regari fleet launched its campaign against Earth. The Regari, known for their technological prowess and superior battle tactics, had never lost a war. They were the warriors of the galaxy, feared and respected by all. As the first wave of their ships entered Earth's orbit, they encountered minimal resistance. Human defense systems, while formidable, seemed oddly patchwork, more like a collection of desperate last-minute ideas than a sophisticated military design. This will be easier than we thought, one Regari admiral mused. But something about the silence below bothered them. The humans had clearly seen the invasion coming, so where was their panic? The answer came soon enough. On the ground, the Regari deployed their troops, expecting an easy victory. Yet instead of chaos, they found human forces waiting for them, poised and prepared. There was fear in the air. Sure enough, humans were terrified. But that terror did something unexpected. It pushed them beyond their limits. As the Regari advanced, they witnessed something they had never seen before. Humans, clearly afraid, fought with a kind of intensity that bordered on madness. Where most species would retreat, humans held their ground. Where others would surrender, humans devised wild, unpredictable tactics on the fly, adapting with an efficiency that baffled the Regari. A human soldier missing an arm from a direct hit continued fighting. Another, cornered and outnumbered, charged at the Regari troops, taking out an entire unit with a single grenade, despite knowing he wouldn't survive. What are they doing? A Regari lieutenant shouted in confusion. They should be retreating. But the humans didn't retreat. They pressed forward, their fear transforming into something darker and more dangerous. Determination, defiance. As the Regari forces pushed deeper into human territory, they encountered more of this madness. Civilians turned into soldiers. Farmers, engineers, and teachers wielded makeshift weapons, using anything they could find to fight back. Tactical drones, scrap metal, even vehicles repurposed into battering rams. They're not fighting for survival, one Regari commander noted, watching in disbelief as a group of humans built barricades in the middle of a city street. They're fighting as if they have nothing left to lose. The humans' fear didn't paralyze them. It pushed them to fight harder. They feared death, but instead of fleeing from it, they used that fear to fuel their resistance. Every Regari advance was met with overwhelming human defiance. Every tactical advantage was countered by wild, desperate human innovation. And the more the Regari pressed, the fiercer the humans became. Weeks into the invasion, the Regari fleet had suffered unimaginable losses. Their forces, trained for precision strikes and strategic combat, were utterly unprepared for the chaotic, unrelenting resistance that the humans offered. The Regari had never known defeat, and yet here they were, an unstoppable force being ground down by an immovable object. In the end, the Regari were forced to retreat, leaving Earth scarred but undefeated. As the battered fleet limped back to their homeworld, the Council received a final transmission from General Varak. They are not weak because they are afraid, the general said, his voice heavy with exhaustion and disbelief. They are strong because they embrace that fear.